Hi, everyone. I just felt I wanted to share my perspective, just again on the topic of the divine masculine and feminine is becoming so potent for me. I just have all these ideas that I wanted to share. So this video, I'm going to title it Women Are Not Crazy. We're just out of balance with our divine feminine and masculine. Why do I say this? Because now because of feminism, women are viewed crazy. Men are viewed as trash, women are viewed as crazy. And that's it. So now you have men just kind of, all women are crazy. You just kind of figure out which crazy are you willing to deal with. So I want to come from a perspective that women are not crazy at all, actually. And we're just out of balance. We're out of sync with how we were naturally designed to be. And I'm going to use an example that my client shared because he's a young guy in New York City, dating all these women, going from crazy to crazy. And it's very easy for him just to dismiss women are crazy and move on to the next one, go to the bar and pick himself up another one. And he'll have a girlfriend for a month or two until she goes crazy on him. And then the cycle will just repeat. This cycle repeated for me quite a bit with men too in my 20s. So what was going on here? So I'm going to use his example. He told me he was dating a girl, she a law student in New York City, and she was hanging out with a friend late at night, and he said, hey, if you guys are commuting late, you can sleep over my house, my place. He lives in New York City. And the girl said no, of course. And then they just said we'll grab the late train or a cab or whatever. So their plan failed. They couldn't catch anything. It was late. So they messaged him, it was late already, if they can come over, and he was sleeping. And then the girl right there broke up with him. So what happened here? It's very easy for a guy to say women are just crazy, right? Just dismiss it all. I'm gonna say here's my perspective of what really happened here. There's a few things. One is the invite from the guy, stay over. Red flag right away. Even if the guy is not thinking that, like just thinking from perspective, hey, it'll be just safer for you or easier for you. However, men are men, women are women, hormones are hormones, things happen. So it automatically puts the girl at a need to self-protect, which is a masculine energy. So automatically she said no, of course. However, then the situation happened where she's with her friend and they're in New York City. I know what the subways are like at that time in New York City. I was a girl that young in New York City, and I'm sure these days, these past 2 years, it went from bad to worse. So it's probably a pretty scary place for a guy, but let alone a young woman. So their need to self-protect, I'm sure, was increasingly triggered while they were there. However, female energy is not one to protect. We are one to nurture, not protect. We do have that, as I said in my previous videos, we have that small part of us that we can use the masculine energy for self-protection or to fix things or to, take action, which is the masculine energy. However, if women are not taught from a very young age on how to use and balance out these energies, when she is in that situation, she's not going to know what to do other than to get aggressive, which doesn't help anybody. So the third thing that I think would happen is she was with her girlfriend, which women, well, men need to be around men, women need to be around women. And women kind of tend to influence each other a lot. Women tend to give advice, like unsolicited advice more often, I think, when I've been around women. That's kind of what I end up getting. That nurturing kind of steps over the line because again, they're out of balance. So I like there's some podcasters use the word echo chamber. So if women are just constantly with each other, they're influencing each other, and women need that, of course, but it's like you have to be very selective of your echo chamber. What do you want to be influenced by? So again, since women are not taught this, but just get those girlfriends, that's what I always heard. Gotta have those girlfriends, gotta go hang out together, gotta go have drinks, have fun. But nobody really taught, like I most certainly was never taught what to look for in a potential girlfriend. I'm 37, I'm just learning it now. And I went from, I moved around a lot. So I would try to become friends with these girls. And after a few months, I just lose interest. Like, nope, I don't like this. This woman is overstepping boundaries, or I'm not trusting her or something. So that echo chamber, what I think was happening is this girl broke up with the guy because the girlfriend was there drilling something negative into her head. So she was trying to save face, like trying to gain some control over the situation because feeling under threat or being in New York City subway at night was very scary, and she didn't know how to handle it as a woman because we don't know how to use the masculine energy of protection. Now, that's on the surface is going to make her look just crazy, right? Why would you just break up with a guy over something like that? Just because he was asleep. But in a woman's mind, she was probably, I imagine, so triggered, so on guard because she has to protect herself from her environment and this girlfriend too, who's most likely influencing her. It's not something that she could be equipped with, especially chances are she's a feminist in New York City, in law. On average, she would have feminist mindset. So here's an example why I want to say women are not crazy. We're just so out of balance. We're been increasingly targeted to put our energy, our hormones, everything about femininity, everything about feminine energy, just completely out of balance. So why wouldn't we act crazy on the surface? I just wish more of this conversation was happening. This is why I'm talking about it, even if it gets a few viewers, I'm just gonna keep talking about it. It is so true for me personally, just stepping into more of my divine feminine by using my masculine. For example, my most vulnerable moments is, of course, when I have my cycle, and I've noticed that I want to surrender and dive more and more into my vulnerability, which is diving more into my feminine energy because, well, the cycle is feminine energy. But when I pray, so I kind of see like the The masculine energy is the prime creator, God, and the feminine energy is Mother Earth, Gaia. And there were times that I would pray to like kind of invoke both energies to kind of envelope me because I need both energies. But when I am menstruating, when I am at my most vulnerable and I just submit to that vulnerability, I invite or invoke the masculine energy. Like I just want to be surrounded like a burrito with the masculine energy. I want as much protection. I just visualize that protection, which just tells me like how much women really need that. And men, of course, too, but it's just to show like the energy, like how much we need that in order to be fully feminine, how much of that protection we need. So I think on the surface, feminism kind of created women to be more tough and aggressive to have that protection, but that's not where it comes from. Being that tough, aggressive, muscular, loud, like that's not where that protection really comes from, because when we are put in a situation like on a subway at night, how connected are you going to be to that masculine energy if it's on the surface? So for me, like if I'm in that situation, like in the area I'm staying in right now, there's some like homeless people. I don't go out a lot, especially late, but I was out, like it just turned dark and I was walking in an area and there were some homeless people or just a guy cursing at the bus station by himself. And of course it triggered, like it set off an alarm, like, oh shit. But then I connected to the masculine energy where I just do like I just recite over and over, I'm safe, I'm protected, which means the divine, divine masculine, the male energy, the prime creator it's kind of being invoked in that moment to protect me. Not nurturing, not soothe me because I'm scared, but protect me, put a shield around me. And then I just stop being afraid and I just keep walking like nothing is going on. Like it doesn't even phase me. Like, all right, so he's working. I just kept walking instead of like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Okay, where should I, maybe I should go walk here. Like that was my first impulse. Oh my gosh, should I turn around? Like, where am I going? And then I just like, nope, I'm safe, I'm protected. I'm safe, I'm protected. And I just kind of calmly walk straight until like my dog leads me when we walk a lot of times. So it's like I trust her judgment because it's a dog. Dogs can feel things. Or God uses my dog a lot too to guide me. So that's why, and I also sense like the more I invoke that masculine energy from within, from the divine, the calmer I am, the less reactive I am, the less stressed I am. Just everything kind of works a little smoother. It's not invoking the feminine energy, it's invoking the masculine energy. And it's also not in an effort to make me more masculine. It's just there for when I need it. I don't want it to be always there. It's literally just you need it in the time when you need it, and then you put it on a shelf until you need it next time. And I'm not saying like I'm all done and I don't, get emotional. Of course, I'm a woman. Of course, we get emotional. Like that's the whole point of being a woman. But from what I see is when these women take on more masculine energy, they're less emotional. They're more aggressive instead of emotional. Like they'll cry less. It's like for some reason holding on to tears and being just tough is somehow strong. To me, it's like crying for 2 hours is strength. I did it last night finally. I finally like released a lot. And coming out of that, just like I feel so much better afterwards. It's just gotta have that release. Or you're not. Um, that's all. I just wanted to get that out. Let me know what you think.